Okay, folks, we should be live. Hopefully, you are hearing us. I'm talking now, but how about the rest of you guys?
I'm talking now. How about the rest of you guys?
Hello?
I'm not talking to you. You know what you did.
We all know what you did, Dion.
I did. I did do it.
All right. Well, it looks like people can hear us, I hope. So we are back with another first edition Dungeons and Dragons game. We're playing through the Slave Lord scenarios. The episode 1 last week. We're going to follow in from there. So we're down a player tonight, but who we do have is Richard. Who you playing?
Hello, I am Richard, and I am playing Tristan, the Remuneration Redistribution Specialist, who is currently level 5. Yes, I remember my character, definitely.
Solid level. Solid level. All right, Friendon joining us this
Oh,
week.
hi, I'm Friendin. I'm playing Grown Wolf, who ostensibly is a magic user and an elf, but who has also been invaded by the essence of the guild leader of an assassin's guild named Telesh, and now sometimes teleports at night when he sleeps and comes back after murdering people. Which ironically helps me roleplay the character better because that's what I do in real life.
There we go. And Dion.
Hi. I'm a giant fish sleeping forever, and if you wake me up, you're all gonna cease to exist. Dion. I'm playing NPC, the level. Uh, 5 fighter. I had to load the character sheet up.
All right, so they're saying that you guys are all too quiet, so I've adjusted that. Hopefully that will
Hello?
work out.
You know, Bert, that is probably the first time in my life someone's ever said that about me.
Well, there has to be a first time.
Yeah.
First time for
Yeah.
anything. All right, guys, so last session, let's see, they say you're still way low compared to me, so I'll just back myself off a little bit.
And then turn us
And
all up
then
real
just crank you guys up to the
loud.
red line.
Hello? Testing.
Hi, I am talking
Testing.
now.
Hello?
I am enunciating, or enunciating, or saying a word that isn't.
I'm
Any
putting
others?
emphasis on the wrong syllables.
Indeed.
All right. So how's that? You guys can hear my players better now, hopefully. Me a little bit less. Man, I hate tech issues.
I know.
Okay, well, we have started last session right into the module where you guys were tasked with freeing some slaves, checking out a possible slaver stronghold in this old abandoned temple. Um, one of those things was accomplished. You did, in fact, verify that this was a slaver compound. However, all slaves were killed before you could stop that from happening. So we ended last
Mission
session
accomplished.
with the slavers fleeing, trying to get away with a wagon loaded down with some large iron box in the back, which they were not able to do thanks to your druid. Yes, Jin's a druid, who was able to tangle up the wagon so that it couldn't be taken out. They dropped the portcullises behind them to give them some time to get away. However, you guys still managed to drop some of them.
Okay.
So we're
I
taking this up where you're in the courtyard now. You have the cart that has this large iron chest in it. This is number 16A on your map that's there. The portcullises are both dropped, and there are no slavers around now.
I go to the save point and I swap out Odette for Friendin into the party.
Yeah. So we're going to assume actually that both Friendin and Odette, or excuse me, Grown Wolf and Odette are always with the party. They just get really quiet sometimes.
Yeah.
I like my idea better.
You know, we do have the narrative device of Telesh teleporting me the hell out and back, too.
Yeah.
You just show up covered in blood.
It happens a lot.
Good luck with the
Happens a lot.
slavers. Gotta go. Peace out.
All right, guys. So, what do you want to do? Unfortunately, all the slaves that you did uncover were all killed before the slavers made their retreat. You do have this cart with this large iron-bound box, and there's still some areas you haven't really looked through yet. You guys are all
Might
in
still
roll
be
20.
slaves alive in these other places.
Could
We
be.
might not have failed totally.
Could be.
Oh,
What's in the box?
yeah, I was just like, what's in the box? What's in the box?
Well, it's a crude but very stout iron box, not just iron trimmings. The whole thing seems to be hinged and made of iron. Looks to be very tough. There are 3 locks on the front that do not look typical.
Are they locks that I might possibly have seen as a remuneration redistribution specialist?
They look odd even to you. They have the similar form to most tumbler style locks, but they don't look like a typical key would go in them. One of them's kind of triangular shaped, one of them is kind of oblong shaped for the opening, and one of them is kind of an X shape.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean that they can't be traditionally picked.
That is true.
Anybody got any objections to me trying to pick this open?
No,
rather than
but
looking for the keys?
I did hear that all my X's need to be solved with hexes from someone before, but I don't know if it's true, so I'll be curious to see if you can fix it.
Well, alright, I'll start with your X then.
Okay.
It marks the spot.
Want to go right to it and try to pick it?
Yep.
Go ahead and give me a pick locks.
Open locks roll. You know, perhaps I should instead click the button just below it which says find remove traps first of all. I will cast my discerning eye over it first of all then.
Yep. There you go.
Wow, yes, definitely a success.
It is most definitely trapped. From what you can tell, there aren't any like arcane sigils etched into it. It looks like it's just a conventional mechanical trap. Looking in there, you know, and you don't put any tools in yet, but maybe you've got a small mirror so that you can see a little further back in. It looks like all 3 have needles set to spring.
Alright, well, I mean, if we just put on metal gloves and then just fiddle around with it, needles would be able to get through that.
What if we bash it really hard with a stick? What if we...
That would also work, yep. We'll try that.
Yeah.
Do you have a stick?
I have a club. Grown Wolf
Oh,
and
there we
club.
go, then.
Look at that.
Right. Yeah, if you want to get out of the the front arc of this chest and beat at it a bit, you will in fact trigger off the needle traps.
I
all
did
3
a
of them
thing.
fire out. You check again, Tristan, with your mirror. You don't see anything else in there. It looks like that was all there was.
Alright, well then, time to attempt to open them in the safest manner possible, I guess.
Careful.
Hey, nobody step on those needles that have just flown out as well. That'd be horrible.
They fly out and they kill the one surviving prisoner that's kind of stumbling into the courtyard.
Oh.
I'm still here.
I mean, can we really call them slavers if there are 0 slaves left? I mean, aren't they just ers at that point? I don't know.
No, I think they're still slavers, even if they don't have any. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead and make the roll.
are you an adventurer when you're not on an adventure? I fail.
Okay.
That is too high for me.
The locks are complicated. You believe, given time, you might be able to work them open since you're not in any danger with it. But it might be more expedient just to break it open.
I hand Tristan my club.
Well, I've done all that I can.
I mean, I did my part. Unless you want me to like cast an obnoxious cloud on the chest and make it feel bad about itself, I'm not sure what you want me to do.
Do you want,
No, thank
you want
you.
me to take a crack at it?
Oh, right, you. And then I give
You're
you the
strong.
stick.
I
Pull it apart.
flex and just.
So you're gonna beat it with the club until it submits.
I want to. Yeah, I want to start on the back end, like where the hinges are, and try and break the hinges off.
Sure. What's your strength?
16.
Okay. It takes surprisingly long. You've got to take
Oh.
a few breaks, wipe the sweat off, get your grip better. But you eventually do actually break the hinges. You batter them enough that they won't hold still and are able to just snap off after a bit. So you are able to get the top off. And what you have inside, several bags, several ingots of silver and gold. When I say ingots, they're a couple inches long, maybe half an inch thick, and lots of wooden tokens that have symbols burned into them.
The symbols all
What
match.
kind of symbols?
Not heraldry, but just odd symbols. One of them is an eagle with a lightning bolt clenched in its talons, wings outspread. One of them is a simple triangle with a dot in the middle. Some of them are geometric, some of them are animals. They don't really seem to have any real rhyme or reason to them. The other thing you see inside is a scroll.
Oh, that looks like my purview. Let me take a look at that. And I pick it up.
Okay. Unraveling it, it isn't a magic scroll. It actually looks like it is a ledger of some sort. You're going down, and it looks on the left-hand side. There are crude scrawlings. Some of them resemble the wooden token symbols.
Okay.
And there's a number, like hash mark, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slash, another 5 slash, and then an amount. It's like a tabulated amount.
It doesn't make anything glow or catch a flame. Does anybody else want to make heads nor tails of this? I'm gonna look at these nice little wooden coins a bit.
If you sort through them, you will find that each of the symbols do occur on the scroll.
Ooh.
Well, I can look over the scroll. I don't know that I've got any business sense or anything, but
Make me an
read
intelligence check.
remuneration, so
Yeah, make me an
Right.
intelligence check. Not a problem.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna make stacks of each of the symbols.
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
how
There's a
many we've got of
particular
each.
one that seems to be more recurring than another, which is a bat that's roosting on, looks like a mountain or a bit of rock. Its wings are folded in. Sure. I mean, Tristan, you're guessing that this is a ledger for slave trade.
Yeah.
Each of these tokens represent one of the buyers with an amount they've paid and an amount of slaves they're receiving.
Oh, okay. Do they have names of people and ports, etc., in the ledger?
They
So that we
don't,
can
just
identify-
the scratch
no,
symbol. But if you keep
just the
unrolling it,
symbols.
towards the bottom, you see just one word. It stands out because you've been there recently. Highport.
Oh God, no! We don't have to go back there, do we? Oh,
I thought we said
horrible.
Byport to that place. I'm so sick of Highport. Well, I'm gonna put the fancy discs in my bag just in case they come handy. But do anybody? Just give me the scroll, I guess. And I'm gonna throw that in the bag too.
Yeah, we'll keep it all together. And
Yeah,
somewhere.
might
Why
as
not?
well.
There's a fair amount of gold, copper, and silver in here as well. The gold is conspicuous because they're in trade bars instead of coins.
I mean, that spends just as well, right?
Yeah, but it's harder to trace provenance, because you don't have a duchy or a kingdom associated with it.
But it's gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, so it doesn't need to be backed by anything.
No, that's actually a benefit. Like, there's no provenance, so like you could spend it
Yep.
anywhere, right? Like, it's like unmarked bills, basically.
Okay.
All right,
Oh,
so
but-
yeah, that's what you get. You get a crate
Money
full
for
of
us.
loot, You get a list of buyers and what they've purchased. It looks like some of these, there's not enough gold in here to account for everything on the scroll. The tokens must be like an IOU or something like that. Just going through it. With the designation of Highport, it could be that that's where the money's being collected. It could be where this group was working out of. Hard to tell. Sorry for all the throat clearing. I was out mowing today, and apparently I got a lot of grass up in there.
Wow. I don't suppose if we look at the slaves now that they're all dead, I don't suppose not recognize them, but I mean, do they all seem to come from the same region? Or anything like that?
No, they don't actually. Ethnically and background, mix of human, demi-human. It looks like they're being collected from just afar, some regional.
Okay. Wow. Perhaps we should explore the rest of this area because I'm out of ideas with what to do with the rest of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I kept as much as I could in case it comes in handy, but I'm with you. I think maybe there's something else around here. I'm gonna check for secret doors.
Well,
There
what
were
you've
those-
got is again these portcullis are dropped. You may be able to reach around and trigger the system from the other side. These rooms, 16B and 16C,
Yeah.
are guard towers that are empty. There is a door over here that you haven't gone through or opened yet.
Okay. I'd like to put my ear up to the door and give it a listen.
Roll me a d6.
Okay.
You don't really hear anything.
It's quiet over there. What? Wait, why am I? It's quiet over there. It's quiet.
Do you want us to go over there and be loud?
I don't know.
Let's get loud
Sounds
over
good.
there.
I'm kind of always loud, which is why I thought maybe somebody else would want to try to to be quiet.
I'll go over and I'll listen at the door.
Sure, roll me a d6.
4.
Same thing. No real sound behind it. Don't hear anything moving. It's pretty quiet. You also notice, both of you, if you just put your ear up to the door, that it's not locked or barred. It is closed, but there's no lock on the door.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay. Well, there is a quarter behind it.
A quarter? That's like 25 cents.
Corridor.
Oh. Wow.
There we go. And as you step in, you start hearing the sound of rushing or flowing water. Further down, not immediately close, but you do hear it, like a burbling stream almost.
I hear water, guys. I'm gonna walk down the corridor.
Okay.
Nothing else to do. Let's follow on, I guess.
There's a door, middle of the passage, and a door at the end of the passage. The one at the end of the passage seems to be what's making that sound, the sound of rushing water.
Alright, I'm gonna open the first door.
All right. First door opens into what appears to be. It's open to the air, so there's no roof in this area here. There's a path that winds through some very well manicured, once well manicured. You can actually see the shapes that are remaining. They used to be cleverly cut into dioramas of fighting men and mythical creatures, but it's all overgrown now. So this used to be a place for probably silent reflection, you're thinking. The thing that you notice that's really interesting, though, is to the right and left of the door frame, there are these little stone shelves where there are these really thick, tall candles burnt down quite a bit. And there's like a pool of wax around the bottom of them. And each of them look like people have stuck their fingers in to scoop wax out.
I'm gonna scoop some wax.
Okay. Well,
Maybe,
the candle
maybe
is
that's
unlit, so
important.
the wax it's hard.
Oh, can I light the candle? I have a tinder box.
Sure. Do you light the right one or the left one?
Why? Why not both?
All right.
But how about you and I, since you seem to think that something weird is going on here? I'll light one at the same time as you. How about that?
All right. Yeah, I mean,
Now,
it looks like the wax might be important for something else if people are taking it. That's why
right,
I don't know. If people are taking it, we might need it somewhere.
right, I agree, but by right I mean I'm taking left.
Oh, okay, I'll take right.
Right.
And
Right?
I will
Right.
stand all the
Right.
way over there.
Left.
Richard just left.
Out of the blast zone.
Oh.
Right. Um, so yes, the candles erupt with light as they burn. The kind of a pleasant smell. It's beeswax mostly, got a slight peppermint edge to it. But soon enough, you start getting rivulets of wax. The top of it has actually been kind of sliced so that the wax does roll off the sides instead of pooling in the middle. And then soon enough, you get some soft, pliable wax in the bottom of this thing, both of them.
Okay, tell Grown Wolf, go ahead and take like a scoop of it for you. Have all the jars. You always collect stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I do. I have jaws. You're right. Oh, so many. Oh, the door is a jar. I have jaws. Let's do this. And
Yeah.
I grab a jar and position it in the proper place.
Okay. So you scoop some of the wax into a jar. Again, smells good. It's beeswax, definitely. A little bit of maybe some peppermint herb put into it as well.
Hmm. Alright, well, I think there's like this pathway through, but there was that water in that other door. I think we should go check that before we go through this. So I'm gonna go back through the ajar door and
Sure.
go to that other door.
The door again is not locked, and what you see is there is a stream, a brook that door opens, and there's a drop of about 3 feet or so, and there's a running brook. This might have been used as like a chill house, or you'd put bottles in here to keep them cold, for instance.
Is there anything currently being kept?
Not that you see, and
Okay.
the current is running towards you, so from north to south. It actually
Hmm.
seems to be a very quick current too.
Hey guys, I found an indoor river over here.
Are there any tubes? Like, is this an amusement park for slavers? I don't quite. Okay, okay. I'll walk in there, kind of laissez-faire, maybe to my hazard, at least a few feet in on the path.
Okay, so I'm sorry, you're walking into the room that
Yeah.
has the river, or into
Correct.
the forest area, the river.
Yeah.
Okay, again, like I said, there's about a 3 foot drop down into
Yep.
this river. Do you want to drop in?
If there's no ledge, because I wanted to get in enough to kind of look. If there's no ledge and there's a straight drop, then yeah, I'll get down.
Okay. Well, you can sit on the edge and kind of put your feet into it first
Okay.
if you want. The
Yeah.
current is very strong, and so like you're still sitting on the ledge, so you're not being swept away. But you look down, and there is a kind of an arc that the river flows down through. It is big enough for a man to be sucked through. And again, the current is very fast. It's also very cold.
Okay. Any wildlife?
Any wildlife? Um, give me a d6 roll.
Okay. Tree.
You do see some very small fish. Some of them are
Ooh.
trying to fight the current up, but mostly they just get sucked back through.
Are they immobile enough that I could get some of those in a jar?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna bottle up some fish.
Make me an intelligence check.
Okay, I can do that. Low success. Well, medium success.
So Drone Wolf is kind of a country boy, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So you-
actually, I think he's proficient in fishing. Actually, that was one of the things I
So
picked.
you recognize the species. This is a freshwater variety, very common to the area.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, this is like any old outdoor fish around here, but it's indoors. I wonder if they put them here or if there's a stream leading in. But y'all, yeah, these are just freshwater fish.
Yeah, they probably just built around the stream. I mean, they have the plants next door. It might be like an irrigation system or something
So
that
you
they
guys
took
would kind of
advantage
be
of.
familiar with this. I mean, this is a way, since there's no refrigeration, this is a way to keep things cool. If you found an underground river and could tap into it, there are houses that are built with these things just so
I've
that you can
been.
keep things cool, have a cool place to go in the summer.
I have no idea what it is in character because I've been locked up for the past 10
Oh,
years.
that's true. Yes.
I just gotta tell you.
That big blazing thing in the air you call a sun. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna go back to the other room and just be like, well, we can't really go through that. That looks cold, and I don't want to get wet.
So,
So
grown wolf with your feet in the water. Again, it's really cold and very fast moving. You're not touching the bottom. You can see the bottom. You figure the bottom is a good another 3-4 feet, but you do see areas where it's even deeper than that, and it's lined with rocks that kind of have this scum buildup on it. So you think they're probably a little slick too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, not the most hospitable or easy to traverse area. I'm kind of with you, NPC. I say we come back if we find no other means of like egress here. But let's keep it in our heads.
So at the opposite end, you can see that much like where you're sitting now, there is another shelf that's 3 feet above the river, and it kind
Okay.
of turns into a corridor. It makes a right and goes down a corridor. So there is more structure past.
Oh, well, how stupid do we feel today? I usually feel pretty stupid, everyone.
no, I don't want to get wet.
Okay, and I jump in.
You jump in. Okay. Make me either a dex or a strength check.
Okay, let me check. That's gonna be Dex for me. It's a medium success.
And then you're using dex.
Yep.
Okay. Even though you
Oh,
knew.
oh yeah, I said Dex before I rolled it, so yeah, it's Dex.
Okay.
Yep.
So even though you knew the current was very strong and rushing past you, behind you, you were a little unprepared as you step out. It is very strong.
Oh.
Just you kind of squat low, and you're able to keep yourself from being sucked down through that archway behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a little closer to it, so you can see now that there aren't any bars or anything. So if you get swept away, you're going to go down wherever
Oh
that
no.
leads.
I will say
Um,
this, Bert. In character, I am used to squatting
yes.
low. So I should have decent leg muscles as grown wolf.
Grown wolf is used to squatting because things.
Because shit happens.
Things.
uh,
Right.
but
But
okay, that's good to know. Huh.
you feel like you could make it to the other end if you're careful. If you hold on, there's not really anything to grip on the side of the walls, but they're not like completely smooth, so you can kind of get a
Okay.
finger hold in to help. And if you go
Okay.
real slow, you think you can get all the way across.
Okay, I'm gonna give that a shot if nobody else minds if I kind of take over the scene a little bit here.
Okay. Well, you make it to the other end, and what you see is another corridor with a couple of rooms off each end here. Still quiet. You still don't hear anything other than the burbling of that river behind you.
Okay. Hey everybody, yeah, shit just continues. Do you want to? It wasn't that bad. I made it. Do you want to join me or should I go on alone?
Go see if you can loop back around. I know that room with the bushes went the same direction, so maybe it connects.
Okay, and I'll take a step into that room and see what I can see further.
Sure. All right, so you step in. This room's dusty. It's bare furnishing. It's got a wooden floor inlaid with a kind of a geometric design. There's long, narrow windows on the southern wall, so like you can actually see through and see the garden and the
Okay.
path. So this room is where that path ends up.
Okay. No bars on the windows.
No, they're slits though. They're not very wide. They're maybe
Okay.
4 inches wide and maybe a foot tall, like arrow
Okay.
slits almost. Again, you
Okay.
see this strange shelf on the inside wall here of these candles, where people have obviously gouged bits of wax out of the bottom.
I'm going to. I'd like to examine them and see if any of the wax feels different from another. Does it? Do the properties of it? Can I tell that any of it seems different from one
Sure.
another?
Um, the one thing you can tell is the candle on the left as you're facing the door from that side has been used recently as the wax is still a little warm, still a little pliant.
Okay. I'm going to call back to everybody and let them know that this has burned recently. Um, and since that's the one that seems like somebody needed to use it, I'm gonna light and burn and collect a little bit of it in a separate jar as well.
Okay.
Um, and then there's a door to the right and those windows. If I peek through the windows, I just see garden, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so the windows are all to the south.
Okay.
So they're facing the garden down here. And
Right.
then
So
there's no
nothing.
other windows. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, I'm gonna move on through the next room. Then I think everyone. I see at least one door in here, as far as I can tell.
All right, we'll be right there. I start heading through the garden.
I
Okay.
Okay.
want to take a bit of the wax
Mm-hmm.
and like rub it under my nose in case there's something which smells really bad in here, and that's what
Okay.
the peppermint
Is your
Uh,
is
character
for.
bearded or unbearded?
Unbearded.
Oh, well, heathen.
Unburdened by beard.
Yes.
Okay, good enough.
take
So,
take a scoop as well.
Friendin, this door opens into. This is kind of an interesting room because you see, it's this wall here is not a complete
Hmm.
wall. It's kind of like it's a counter that comes up about 4 feet, and then there
Okay.
are bars, kind of like if you were in a really shady bar,
Yeah.
and the customers were on that side, and
Yeah.
yeah, the bartender was on this side. That's kind of what it looks like. And
Okay.
back through here, there's a barrel that looks like it's being used as an impromptu table. There's an open journal. This is kind of book shaped this time instead of a scroll, with an
Okay.
ink pot and a quill still in it. In this room here, you can see into it through the bars. There are multiple chains on the walls, like
Hmm.
to hold cuffs.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I'm kind of catching what we're looking at here. I think I'd like to look at the book, see if it kind of squares with the scroll or if it's different.
Sure. Um, we'll pause with you for a minute as you're investigating that. So, NPC, you kind of went into the room here. So, the path is really nice. It's got this mosaic pattern that really catches your eye. There's a lot of geometric shapes. Your eye just kind of follows as they make little whirling designs. It was really well crafted. The trees around you, you can still kind of see the shapes of warriors and mythical beasts. Like there's a unicorn, there's a griffin, but they've all overgrown. No one has been upkeeping them for a while. Roll me a d6.
3.
Hmm. Okay. Well, you're not surprised.
Mm,
And if I heard correctly, Richard, you came into the room too after putting some of
Yeah,
the wax under your nose.
following
Right.
NPC there.
Okay, so good enough. So let's have Richard roll a d6 for your side.
Ah. All right, prepare for a 1. Oh no, 3 ones instead.
Okay, so they
Oh
rolled
my
a 2,
god,
so
we're
you're
even
going
going
to end up going
first.
first. So what you're seeing is you hear from the air. Again, this room doesn't have a roof on it. You hear melodic singing. At first, your eyes being drawn to this mosaic on the ground on this path. You don't really catch it at first because it just kind of falls into the background. It's very trance-like. It's beautiful singing from the sky. And when you do notice it, you kind of look up, small smile on your face, expecting to see something wonderful, as these 4 disgustingly dirty harpies are circling above. They're singing their song. There's like matted like poop and excrement stuck to their feathers. Their talons are nasty and dirty as they come down. So their song acts as a charm spell. So let's have both of you guys make a save versus spell.
Damn, wrong sense I prepared for. Never mind. Uh, spell.
yes, nat 20.
Nice. Ah, success. Not as
Okay.
good as Dion.
So you're both kind of caught unaware of what's producing this beautiful song, but not so unaware that you are not able to defend yourself. So they're basically streaking down towards you, you guys will be able to attack with either a melee or ranged weapon. So let's start with range. Is anyone shooting? There's 4 of them.
I mean, yes, but I want to be covering as we head towards the other door, I guess.
Okay. Well, the only cover you have is to get off the path and get into the foliage. The path itself is just got a straight open area to the sky. The only cover you would have is beneath the bushes and trees off the path.
Right, what I mean is I want to shoot the ones who are obviously diving at us while running for the door.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that's fine. So each of the squares is 10 feet. So what's your move?
I'll move 60.
60. So you
Or
can
base
go
of 12. So.
right. So you can go 30 and still be able to fire. Let's say that you're at the very beginning here.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
All right. So you're going to end up getting about right there. Okay. Go ahead and take a shot.
Halfway. Longbow. Are you not? No, go. There we go.
Oh, that hits. 5 points of
Only
damage.
5 damage.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Hit points.
Rain of Fire 2 on the longbow. So does that mean they get a second shot, or is that if you don't move as well?
What's your rate of fire?
2.
Sorry, 2. Yeah, you can take a second. You can take a
You
second
get
shot.
a second
Yeah.
shot with that. Wasn't sure if it was a not moving sort of thing.
The only thing you
mess
can't
with
do
that one.
once you move is cast a spell.
Fine. Well, not likely to do that. So
One arrow is true and hits one of the harpies high in the chest, dealing it serious damage. It looks like, and it starts to flap. You know, it's now doing this eccentric movement as it starts to spiral down, although it's still alive. Dion, what are you doing?
I'm yelling at Featherfall for dissing Nicolas Cage in the chat.
Oh, well, you know.
I am going to. I cast Murder, which is my battle axe spell, at the first harpy coming down at me.
Okay.
I would like to cast a reroll.
You can use one of your
Make sure
rerolls.
that
Go
I
for it. All right.
Hit that stupid harpy, because you said there's 4 of them,
There's
right?
4 of them. One of them is
Yeah,
heavily
I don't-
damaged. The other 3 are still good.
I don't want to miss. How about that?
Well, that'll hit.
hits.
Are you going after the one that's already damaged or a new one?
Yeah, I kind of see, because he said he's attacking one that's diving, right?
Well, they're kind of all diving at you.
Yeah. Well, he goes before I do, so I kind of see him
Yes.
ping that one, and I'm just like, that's my target, and just baseball it. Just.
Okay. You essentially harm this harpy enough that one of their wings is just useless, so it grounds itself, but it's not out of the combat. All right, so their turn now. The 3 that can still do the swooping attack do so. We're going to say, let's see here. There are going to be 2 on Tristan and 1 on Dion from the ones coming from the sky. Oh, that's going to hit you, Dion.
All you hear is
Yeah.
Groanwolf from a distance say, "Seems like the river wasn't so dangerous now."
Okay, so 2 things are going to happen. One, you're going to take just a single point of damage as its crap covered claws just tear into your shoulders and it lifts you into the air.
No.
Its second attack, after it gets some height, is to drop you.
No.
All right, let's see how many feet it gets first. Oof.
1 miss.
All right, it doesn't actually get very high before it's forced to drop you. You take 9 points of damage as you fall to the ground.
Oof. Okay.
All right, now the 2 that are on Tristan.
As I fall, I'm just gonna scream, like, ah! And hopefully Groanwolf hears me.
Okay, so what is your armor class for Tristan?
5. I'm at
So
class
one
of
misses,
5.
the other one does hit. And it does the same tactic. Take 1 point of damage. As these crap-covered talons rake into your arms, and you are dragged skyward. All right, that's not too bad. And you're dropped for 3 points of damage. Now, the one that's on the ground is going to hobble over to Dion after you've been dropped from the sky and is basically going to try to rend your innards out. All the while, this hideous looking creature, just disgusting smelling, it's like it rolls in its own excrement, but it's still singing this beautiful, beautiful song.
You know, Bert, you're just describing Grown Wolf.
What's your AC for Dion?
It's a 3.
Oh, it misses.
Whew.
Yep. So yeah, the wing damage is enough to put her off her game a little bit. So at this point, Grown Wolf, you have no idea what's going on. You're another
Okay.
room away. You're engrossed in your paperwork, and no one's really yelled or screamed out anything yet. So let's have Dion next round roll a d6.
All right, come on, 6, 5.
All right, you guys go first.
Okay.
So there's 3 in the air, and then there's 1 on the ground.
Right. Cool. Are you shooting first?
I'm just booking it towards the door because we
Okay.
can make it towards the door this turn.
If you're not attacking, you can do a double move, so 60, and each of these is 10. So I think you'll make it 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
you'll make it. Yeah.
And we'll get to the door and find that it is locked. Huzzah!
You get to the door and find it's not locked. It just pushes open
well.
easily. So yeah, Tristan just books it. NPC, just leaving you
okay.
out there.
All right. How far is the door from me?
About the same,
All right, I'm just gonna.
60. Now you're engaged with one. One meleeed you last round.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm just booking it. I see him leave me there with all 4 of those fuckers. I'm like, no, these guys are gonna carry me off. Like, I'm getting out of here.
Okay, so what's your movement? Is it the same?
My movement, my run is 120. Normal is 60.
So 60. Okay. Yeah, you'll make it without a problem. You can actually do a fighting retreat.
Yeah, I'll do that.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You won't make it all the way if you do a fighting retreat, but they won't get a free attack on you either.
But they could still reach me the next turn. I'm not gonna
You're
fighting
just gonna-
retreat. I'm
right.
just gonna book it and take the hit.
Sure. Okay. Well, it will slash at you as you try and run away, which completely misses. So again, you dash through that door as well, leaving 3 of these circling harpies. Again, their song is playing. It's just soul-crushingly beautiful. the one on the ground is very injured and seems to be cursing at you. It's actually throwing bits of excrement at you. It's pulling it off the feathers and throwing it at you. All right, you guys seem to be
Have we
safe.
found Grown Wolf's match?
Slam the door shut behind me. Look at Tristan. Why'd you leave me?
We didn't need to fight them,
What do you mean they were trying to kill us?
so we can get out of the way so that they're not killing us.
Oh my god.
I don't have to. You don't have to kill everything you come across.
At least next time say that you're running away.
I thought that was the whole plan, to go through the thing, get to the other side.
My job is to hit stuff until it stops moving, not to run away. If you want me to run, you gotta tell me.
Oh, all right, okay, all right.
I'm doing my job.
I wasn't even supposed to work today.
It's fine. God. Do we got a healing potion? Do you have one on you?
Healing potion.
Yeah.
If I did, I think I would have drunk it.
All right. Well, I'll drink.
Um,
I'll drink my healing potion that I have then,
Okay.
and heal the D8.
No, I don't appear to
Great.
have any at all.
So,
sorry.
meanwhile, Brendan, you're going through the journal, and it gives a bit more information. Like this one actually has some names. You don't know the
Okay.
names, like they don't mean anything to you, but there are
Sure.
actually names in this journal. And one thing that does stand out is remember the red room, the red house in the middle of High Point that you went to get the job to guard their caravan.
Yeah.
So that clan is mentioned. That orc
Oh,
clan is mentioned. Apparently, they're the supplier in this area.
of course they are. Yeah, that's what I say as I see it in the book, and thinking this is important, I'm probably gonna throw it in my bag along with the other stuff found here. And I have had no inclination that any sort of roughhousing is going on outside, right?
Right.
Um, in fairness, without metagaming it, I would probably still examine the rest of the room. I'd look through the bar, see if there's a way behind
Roll
him
me
from
a
here.
d6.
Okay. Five.
The only thing that stands out is that there's a lever on the floor, about midway on that counter here. I have no idea what it does. Big wooden lever.
Hmm.
Big red wooden lever. A sign
I'm-
that says, "Don't push me."
I'm going to
Don't
take
pull
a
me.
step back and push it with my club because I do stupid things all the time and it's never ever bit me in the ass. And then inside of me, Telesh chuckles. Probably.
So you pull it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. See this area that's labeled B.
Yeah.
So from this wall, about 20 crossbow bolts fly across and hit this far wall.
No. Oh. Well, I mean, that's not for parties, I don't think. No one's putting out candles with that. Um, interesting. Oh no. And then I'd probably step out of the room and go further down the hallway because they tasked me with exploring.
And so if you get to this door here, you basically this is where the buyers would come make their negotiations, and this leads out, so you can get on the other side of these portcullises by coming through this room.
Okay. At this point, I'd probably turn back. I probably would and try to catch up with everybody to let them know there's a point of egress, like I hoped.
You see them then in the room, kind of heaving, and it's like,
I don't know what the problem is. I had a great time in there, and you all look like death.
We found out what the wax was for.
What was it for?
Blocking your ears.
Go into the garden and find out.
I mean, no, there's an exit over here, and why would why would I need to block my ears?
No reason. Anyways, you said there's a way out.
Yeah, like just this way. There seems to be like a buyers club and maybe a shooting gallery where they maybe killed bad prisoners, some sort of firing squad thing of crossbows, and maybe a way out. It looks like.
Well, was that cart back at the place? Was that usable?
yeah.
Do we wanna load up the
Once
treasure that we
Odette's spell
found?
went away, then it's, everything holding it back there was fine. And from this
Okay.
side, you can get these portcullises opened.
Yeah. So, do we wanna go back to those two storage rooms and try and loot through them? Because it looked like there was some goodies that we could use.
There are some areas you haven't looked at completely. There's a lot of
Yeah.
there's some areas out here in this really damaged section of the monastery, and then there's this whole building in this area that you haven't finished looking
Yeah,
at.
and I remember there was a storage room here,
Mhm.
and there was one. Was it three? I think three was no four. Four had the plant in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, room four had stuff in it that we moved by because we were busy, and this storage room, I saw goodies in there and moved on because we were busy. But yeah, there was also that hallway that we never went down while we were cornered. So, do we want to go back and see if we missed anything or anybody?
I'm all for discovery here. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got a bag full of wooden coins. What else could a boy want?
Alright, so you said we can go back to the portcullis and open it from
Yeah,
there?
you can open them now.
Yeah, let's do that. Watch the air as we go out there to make sure those harpies don't like go over the walls.
Roll a d6.
Oh, great. 1.
They're all perched on the roof of this building. They seem to be completely ignoring you, almost like they're trained to just attack what's inside the garden area.
Do we want to pick them off with arrows from
I was
here?
just gonna say, how far away are they?
Doesn't look too far from right here. You said it's only 10 feet a square?
10 feet squares, yeah.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet. That's within...
No, I mean, it depends how high up they are as well.
Call
mean,
it within
I-
80 feet.
I could try to cast sleep and maybe they fall off and just die, falling to the ground.
Well, they're standing on the roof, aren't they?
That's
They're
what I mean.
perched
Just
there,
whoop.
yeah.
Oh, they're perched.
I might slide down eventually, break their necks or something.
Save the
Yeah.
sleep for
I mean, they're
later.
not doing anything to us right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
They're
leave 'em.
singing you
Just
lovely,
leave 'em.
lovely lullabies.
But
Yeah.
they're not right now,
No.
are they?
They're not.
Otherwise, we would have heard them before.
And Groenwolf would have to make a save versus spell.
Mm.
Yeah, Why don't we just kill them? I mean, since when are we like good nicks who don't kill everything that's a danger to us? I mean, they could start
it's not
attacking
about
at any.
it's not about not killing. It's about saving my arrows for things that I can kill later that are attacking me.
We
He's not
have
attacking
like
me right
a
now,
billion arrows of gold in my sack alone. Maybe we could shoot the
No,
murder
but I
monsters.
mean before we come back, before somebody. I mean, we pushed out these slaver people. They might come back and attack us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's fair. I'm just.
I mean,
being
as we're leaving and going back, I've got no problem just killing them off then because
Okay.
you know.
Okay, we'll save it as a treat for the way out.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So,
Target practice on the way out. Always a good
Alright.
idea.
So we're gonna backtrack, I guess, to. I guess. Do we want to just go to the storage rooms first, or do we want to try and investigate the messed up? What was it? Cathedral, monastery.
You lead on. I trust your judgment.
Yeah, you're the beefiest one. I'm just gonna sit in back.
All right. I guess we'll backtrack to the storage room first, the clean one, the one that was in
Right.
recent use.
They're buried beneath a bunch of just fallen timbers from the roof, and just a scattering of boxes are several casks of wine.
Hmm.
They look like they might have been the monks that originally lived in this place might have been vintners. Might explain why there's such a large open area inside their monastery. But there are several casks of wine. They may have gone to vinegar. They may not have.
Oh,
Only one way to find out.
I like imbibing things that are questionable.
Oh, sure, you can have some first. I'm next.
Oh, sweet. I would like to try to get one open and give it a swing.
Sure. You roll one off. Looking at it, it seems to be intact. It's the tar ceiling, everything seems to be intact. There's no bung in it, so you're going to have to tap the cask to try it.
Okay.
Do you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right. D100, high or low?
I'm gonna always go high. I think RD100. No.
All right. This one has gone to vinegar. Apparently, there must have been some air that got in there. It's a little on the
Okay.
sweet side, but it's definitely vinegar.
Oh, this one's vinegar! Yay! And I put some in a jar and throw it in my pocket.
That's for my salad later.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, there's several more.
I'm gonna look at some of the boxes while he's checking the casks.
The boxes have various tools and implements, like bung hammers, hoops to make the actual casks with. Basically, all the tools you would need to make these wine casks. A few carpentry tools, that sort of thing, but nothing really else of interest.
Okay. So nothing seems too valuable here other than the wine. Is any of it good?
You wouldn't
Well-
know. I mean, from looking at it, everything that's in here is still sealed, but the one did go to vinegar. If one of them didn't, it'd be good, but
Richard, you want to grab one?
I mean-
I'll grab one and we'll see.
try another one, yeah.
All right. Hi, Lo.
I'll do low again, and we'll see what.
Vinegar. More vinegar.
Low.
More vinegar.
I'm gonna
Uh,
check one and say hi. Ayo.
All right. This was the last cask. It actually is good. It's sweet. It's got
Hmm.
a bit of an herby taste to it. It's actually good wine.
This one's good. Make sure
Aw.
it's nice and sealed and
Wine.
So you find one of the bungs and tap it in.
yeah.
Okay.
And I make sure to roll it back
Mm-hmm.
to the cart and load it up. And
All right. Load it onto the back with the iron chest.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and then I guess we'll backtrack again, just to save time. And do we want to check up here? I know before they said this way at 6 goes outside to a back way, to woods or whatever. So why don't we go up this way, this hallway that we never explored?
Okay. So this way, again, you have a room that has no ceiling, and it has another one of these nice mosaic walkways, but this area is a cemetery. You see headstones amongst the, again, no one's really kept up with the gardening, so it's all weed, overgrown. The bushes have been, can't even make out what they originally were sculpted in. The one thing that's still intact and of interest, although it's covered with ivy, is there's a large vault, like a mausoleum vault, right in the middle.
Hey Tristan,
Yes.
you wanna see if we can get in there? There might be some treasure.
There might be. Might be more vinegar. But let's go find out.
You know, my mother always said I was full of piss and vinegar, but I mostly just like this vinegar. It's very good.
Give me an idea of what the marching order is. Who's in the front? Who's in the rear?
I'll be in the front.
Okay, who's in the rear?
Yes, I'm at the back. As
Roll
we
me
try
a
to keep the
D6.
squishy mage in the middle.
Go ahead and roll me a d6. I'm going to say that both Oak's character and Jen's character are back with the wagon right now while you guys are exploring.
Yeah.
So, Richard, d6 roll.
We have found one thing.
Okay. You notice as you're walking down the path, going to check out this mausoleum over here, it's subtle, but you turn around and you're not sure. You take a few steps and you turn around and you're absolutely sure. The foliage and the vines have overgrown to block your path from where you entered.
Oh no.
Ugh. And I was going to suggest that vinegary wine was still flammable. It's too late now. We might have a problem. We can't go back the way we came.
Yeah, that's so maybe shooting harpies then. You know, maybe that's a thing that I
mean, if there are
suggest.
harpies here to shoot, yeah.
Yeah. Cause I thought the harpies were in the big courtyard that we hadn't totally traversed yet, right?
No, we went
No, they
through
were-
the 14. This is 8 now.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Grown
I knew
Wolf,
we were in 8, but
what,
yeah.
what are you carrying on you?
I've got vinegar, I've got fungus still from the Underdark, I've got the red spore from the Underdark, I've got fishes in a jar, I've got 2 different kinds of candle wax, and a club and a crossbow.
The rest of you, other than Grown Wolf, roll a d6.
Notice it stealing the stuff.
I got a 5.
2.
Tristan, you see one of the vines pickpocket Grown Wolf.
Oh, damn. What does it take, Bert?
A candle.
Aw. Like a candle in the wind. Let's see.
Everybody, set yourself on fire so that when the vines try to pick your pockets, cause them to set on
Wait.
fire.
The vines are picking pockets now?
Well,
This is a tough neighborhood, man. Even the foliage is stealing.
I turn to the vines and I say, leave me alone.
It smacks you.
Yeah, you would.
It's like a good strong pimp hand right to the face.
Oh no! Oh no!
Like no joke, it does. Like when,
Oh
when the
shit!
tree slaps you,
I mean,
doesn't do any
we
damage,
already
but
had
it seems to be responsive to what you're saying.
Oh, interesting. Hello, hello. We don't mean you any harm, I think, unless you keep slapping us.
Okay. You hear a voice that seems to come from. First, you think it's behind you, and then as it continues to speak, maybe it's in front of you. It just seems to emanate out of the woods as a whole. The voice says, "What do you want? This is holy ground. Let us sleep in peace."
Um, mm, mm,
Oh, we're on holy ground?
sleeping.
It's a monastery.
Oh, I didn't know that that stuff counted as holy ground. I've
Yeah.
lived in the dark for a while, the underdark, you know. Uh, Tell them that like we'll be happy to leave then if that's upsetting them.
Give me
I
a
didn't
charisma check,
realize we
Dion.
were. Oh no, I was telling Grown Wolf to tell them.
You think I'm charismatic? What do I look like, Odette?
I fail by 1.
We do have rerolls.
Have you no
I'll
words of your
reroll
own?
it.
Must someone speak for you, little man?
Woman.
Woman. Sorry.
Yeah.
Uh, well, I figured you were responding to him.
You're all intruders.
We'll be happy to leave.
Will
I
you
mean-
now?
I don't know. Do you know a good way out? For one, we could leave if you know a way out.
What's Tristan doing?
Just looking around at the moment, trying to make sure nobody picks his pockets.
Okay, if you're looking around,
Yes.
your gaze falls on the mausoleum. And on the peak of the mausoleum, there are 4 gray-skinned creatures, kind of just haunched down, low. They seem to be wearing robes, like a monk's robes, and they've got like these broad-brimmed gardening hats. And the voices don't seem to be coming from them; they seem to be coming from all around you. But you see the throat and the mouths work as the voices are being heard.
Well, I'll nudge the others and sort of direct their attention over there without, just going, look up there, up in that point, over there.
Oh. So remember what I was saying about the harpies?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Aren't you glad that I saved arrows?
Oh, shush you! And then I try to cast sleep on,
Sure.
on the group of them.
As you're casting, they say, "We had a deal. You were to leave this holy spot alone, leave us to our rest. Why do you go back on our deal now?" And you cast. Go ahead.
Okay, and that I believe it is. I think it's 4d4 hit dice at my level. 4d4. 9.
You cast, and Tristan, since you have your eye on them, they all turn their heads at once, and they all look at Grownwolf. Your spell has no effect.
Oh. Oh, guys, there's a problem.
With the perceived attack, they kind of tumble off the back of the building with a great deal of agility, and you lose sight of them, Tristan.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Get ready for more fighting, I guess.
Or flighting, and then I turn around and I start to try to book it.
So you turn around and you take a step, and you fall because the long grass has entwined itself around one of your ankles. And as you're laying there, grass and bits of tendrils from trees are reaching
Okay.
out, and they're trying to kind of envelop you.
I would genuinely do this. In this moment, knowing it's holy ground and knowing the pact I made with my new dark mother, I would yell, "What good are you? Haven't seen hide nor hair. Could use my god about now."
Give me a charisma check, actually.
Okay.
You do have 15 rerolls.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, oof.
Do it.
Can I reroll on a crit fail? How
Yeah,
do you feel about
absolutely.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. That is 1 over as well. I think I'm gonna keep that as a failure. I don't want to burn all of our stuff.
Okay.
You hear kind of a mocking bit of laughter in the back of your head,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear, "I help those that can help themselves."
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay.
Prove to me you're a worthy vessel.
Oh, I'll prove you made a good investment. I say as I, and yeah, that's
I'm
kind of
like
where I'm at.
Bitcoin. I'm sure to go up in value.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes. Oh no. I could use some Dodge coin right now. That's what I could use.
All right, so the rest of you guys are noticing this. The fauna, the flora around you seems to be creeping closer, very menacingly. The path is obscured behind you and in front of you. It's like it's grown over the path.
Time to light a torch, then. I guess.
You light a torch. Some of the tendrils that were reaching towards you kind of back off a bit.
Back, Valgrass, or they'll burn you. Yeah. I don't want to. I just want to leave.
Yeah, so
I guess we'll take it with us.
what's
Well,
NPC doing?
Gonna pull out my battle axe and just stand my ground.
Do a little weed trimming. Well, standing your ground is going to result in you being covered in grass and tree limbs.
I'm gonna cut at the ground around me. Leave a path around me.
And that's the day that NPC discovered Minecraft.
You have to start by punching it, though. Punching it, that's the key. All right, I'll tell you what. Make me a strength check.
Oh, thank God. Something I can do. Watch me fail it. Oh, nope. Low
Which direction
success.
are you heading? The direction you came in or further in?
Direction we came in.
NPC starts carving a path through the foliage. It seems to be slow at regaining itself to follow back, so it is leaving a hole behind. Grown Wolf, you're still on the ground. It's just grass around your ankle. You can shake it off easily enough. You were just surprised and it just threw you off balance.
You're right. I get up and I say, "Look, I proved myself by convincing my compatriots I was worth protecting."
Great. Light a torch.
Okay.
Tristan, bring that torch over here so it doesn't regrow while I'm cutting it.
on my way.
All right. Grown Wolf, roll a d6.
Okay, doing it.
Okay. 2. Okay, so with a 2, technically you're surprised for 2 segments. But I'm going to say since Tristan kind of was keeping an eye on these ghouls in the background, they still move very, very fast. So you're still surprised, but just for a segment. They basically do this hit and run attacks where they launch out from behind these weeds and this grass. Their skin seems to blend into the coloration just amazingly well. And so they all kind of just lash out at you as they go from one end of the path to the other, diving from one bit of foliage into the other, slashing at you as they go by. So here we go. First of all, let's see who gets 2 attacks. Tristan, 2 of them on you. Actually, no. It would be Friendon.
Yay.
Your Friendon's
Oh,
number 2
hi.
on my screen. Okay,
Oh,
so the
even
one
better.
on Tristan misses. It just goes by very quickly. You see it just in the flash of your eye, look around, and it just goes from one side of the path to the other just in a flurry. Grown Wolf, that's going to hit.
Yeah,
Are you an elf?
I am.
Okay, 1 completely misses. One of them takes a big chunk out of you. Because you're an elf, you do not suffer from ghoul paralysis.
Ooh. Whew. 2 ghoul for school, I yell.
You do take 4 points of damage, though, as it rakes
Okay.
across your midriff. And Dion, 1 on you, which misses.
That was a D6.
Oops. Yep, you're right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll still
It
miss
still
just because
misses.
you're so honest. And just like that, they're one side of the path to the other. You completely lose sight of them as they go to the other side. But now you're aware that they're there. So why don't we have Dion roll a d6 for your side? That was the surprise round.
4.
They go first.
Uh,
Okay. They're going to do a similar tactic. It's going to be Grown Wolf again that gets the extra attack. So Tristan
So lucky.
misses. Both miss for Grown Wolf. And Dion also miss. And again, they're just doing this tactic where they're just so fast. It doesn't seem like the foliage is impeding them at all.
Am I able to attack in return before they get away?
If you want to hurl something, yes, you can. I'm going to say since we're in combat rounds right now, you can see where they move from one spot to the next, so you can.
Does a throwing weapon like a hand axe go off dex or strength?
Dex to hit, strength for damage.
Okay. Alright. No, because then I'll have to let go of my battle axe. So, nah, I'm just gonna keep cleaving through the foliage.
Okay, you're just going to keep breaking the path in front of you, which is
Yeah,
good.
so
Means everybody
is
can
this-
continue to move forward.
Is this considered an attack when I do it?
No,
'Cause I'm
it's just movement,
Okay. Okay.
but it does take your action.
Okay.
All right, so that's what Dion's doing, or what NPC is doing. How about you, Tristan?
same thing.
You're going to help.
Fire even.
Okay. Well, actually, if
to
you
burn it away as we go.
if you keep waving the fire behind the area that NPC is cutting, it fills in the gap much slower. So you've got okay. So you guys are doing that. Grown Wolf.
Yeah. With that in mind, it's taken quite a bit out of me with that hit. Actually, my HP is about half. It's actually worse than that. So I'm gonna try to just get out of dodge a bit and still within spellcasting range. Hopefully, if they come back this way.
Okay. All right. So next round then.
Yeah.
Let's have Grown Wolf roll a d6.
Okay.
You guys go first, so you can anticipate their fast movement at this point.
Okay.
So are you going to spellcast?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to. Are there any groups of them that seem more together?
Yeah, actually, they're all pretty close together.
Perfect.
Since you guys are kind of close together.
I'm gonna try to magic missile a lot of them.
Oh, okay. How many missiles do you get?
One. Let's see. I always forget this because I usually don't use it a ton. Spellcast. They're little cast. Okay, so I can cast 4. I can cast 4.
Okay.
At level 4, so it's 1d4 plus 1 4 times basically.
Go for it.
I don't remember if it was caster level plus 1 or just straight. And
this is one on each of them?
yes, yeah.
All right. One of them, it straight out kills. One of the missiles goes right between the eyes and it drops it.
Magic missile.
And the other 3 get hit, but it doesn't keep them from moving forward.
Okay.
The other 2 of you, you still just keeping up with the trail breaking?
Yes.
Okay.
NPC is, so am I.
Okay.
All right, so this leaves 3 of them.
I'm thinking leaving you 2 to that while I try to magic them down might be helpful. I don't know.
They're just going to
Might
do
be.
one attack on each of you. So first one on Tristan is going to miss. We're going to hit Grown Wolf. And we're going to miss Dion. 3.
I mean, we're quite lucky that Grown Wolf is taking these attacks.
Right,
Yes.
2
Immune to
points. It's a
everything.
shallow.
Yeah.
It's a shallow wound. But again, you get a good look at these claws, and they're just covered in filth. If you weren't elven by nature, this could be worse.
Yeah, I'm like, could you clear maybe faster before they clear out my innards? I'm quite fond of eating things.
You've got one more round before you have cut through to the door that you came in. Let's have Richard roll a d6 for your side. Is anybody casting this round?
I will be, yes.
Okay.
My final thing, really.
All right. Simultaneous. Actually,
Oh,
it's
perfect.
kind of dependent on weapon speed, but spells go first. So you can go ahead and cast. What are you casting?
Stinking cloud on them. They get a chance to save. Um,
How big is Stinking Cloud? Is it going to catch us as well?
it's a 20-foot sphere, and I'm gonna try to put it at the back of them,
Yeah,
like
you're
behind
fine.
them.
All right.
Yeah, since it's simultaneous, basically you can put it right where you know they're about to leap over the path,
Okay.
and they all
Okay.
leap through it. All of them fail their saves. What does it do?
They're completely unable to act for 1d4 plus 1 rounds. So
All right. So they clear your stinking cloud, and on the other end, they just start gasping and choking, drop to the ground, just kind of writhing on the ground,
hey,
which will allow your trailblazers to finish the path to the door, and you can get out.
You said that they cleared the cloud, right?
Yeah,
So they're
they
not.
basically launched themselves through it, but just going through it causes the reaction. So
Okay, so they're unable to act?
yeah,
Does
for
that
2
mean I
rounds.
can coup de grace them? Or
do you want to stop what you're doing and go back and do that?
honestly, if I notice over my shoulder when he casts that spell that they're incapacitated, yeah, I wanna. The first turn, I'm gonna do the battle axe to coup de grace 1, and then the second round, I have the specialization on the battle axe, so I'll coup de grace the other two and just be done with it. I'm just
All right.
like, I'm done with these stupid monks in this stupid monastery.
Well, you can kill one of them in a round.
Okay.
Um, one of them's going to be out for 1 round, and one of them's going to be out for 3 rounds, and another one's going to be out for 1 round. So
Oh,
you
I
turn
thought
around.
Grownwolf's D4 was the thing.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was mine. I thought it was my bad.
Okay, no, that
Because it's
works.
a
We can do it
D4
that way.
plus 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that
so
works.
it's at least 2 rounds for all
We'll
of
do
them.
we'll do 2 rounds for the lot of them. So if you want to come around, you can only kill one per round though.
Even
Right.
if I have the specialization and I can attack twice?
Yep, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
was thinking, because I attack once and then twice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just.
The last one before you go down, it's choking. It's got snot rolling out of its eyes. It looks right in your face. It says,
And I just.
may our goddess curse your living days. May your afterlife be a hell." And the head slopped off.
I just say, I've already been through hell. Tell them who sent you.
Make a save versus spell beyond.
Oh no.
Oh shoot.
Okay. Boop. I'm gonna re-roll it. I'm re-rolling it before you say anything. Boop. It's. Oh my god. No,
Well, it's higher.
I'm just gonna hit this one. Hit me with it.
Okay. You don't notice anything.
Okay. Cool. Great. All
You
right.
sound very happy about this turn of
I
events.
just clean off the battle axe on their robes a little bit and just go back to the door and hack the rest of the way out.
Okay.
Is the plants? Are the plants acting on their own?
Now they are not.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they stopped
So it's their
moving once you
intelligence
killed the
controlling
last
it.
of the ghouls.
Hey.
I take some of the ghoul and some of their body, and I put it in a jar, and I say, "This will come in handy for goulash."
One day I may need this.
Exactly. I collect everything. I'm a hoarder for sure in this game.
All right, so you are able to get back out again now that they have died. The fauna or the flora is acting normal. It's not moving around.
I mean, we could investigate the mausoleum now that everything's dead.
You want to deal with more of those if they're in there?
I'm down with that. I love exploring things. I'm also half dead myself.
In more
I don't
ways than
think
one.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea at all. Um,
Oh.
if you want to, I mean, sure, I still got plenty of health on me, but
Oh, just go and have a look. I mean, if there are
Alright.
lots more in there, then we just run
Turn
away again
around.
because that's
I've
what we're
got
good at today.
one more spell, and it's not gonna help us in a fight. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Alright. What's the spell?
Well, it happens to be. It happens to be. I forget what the name of it is in first ed. It's the one that increases my charisma for. It's friends. It's friends. I have friends.
God.
So you get to the front of the mausoleum.
Yeah.
It is intact, but there is a bit of the stone that looks like it has fallen away, broken away over the time, shattered and split. It's just big enough that if you got down on your hands and knees, you can crawl through it.
No. I'm not. No.
From the inside, you can kind of see light flickering, like candlelight. You can also hear singing. The voice is dry and raspy. It seems to be singing like hymns.
Nope. Nope.
Just a single
I think,
voice.
I think we should just no.
Yeah, okay. I kind of agree with you.
I don't know what that is. I don't like this. No.
Wait. I feel as though the wax would be handy for this situation. What do we think, y'all?
Well, it'd be handy to not hear the
Mhm.
prayers they're saying, but it wouldn't be handy against the, well,
Shambling
paralyzing
dead shit
effects of
that'll
the-
sneak up on us.
yeah.
Okay, you're right. Potty poopers. Yeah, I'm actually down to leave too. I just wanted to be Gromwell for a second.
No, we should just get out of here. Let's take that cart and I think we cleared this place. Or actually, wait. There was another door up here, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's another one.
Alright, let's go through
mean-
door number 3.
Before we do that, just as
Yeah.
we're going back along the path to look out, I just look in the grass, see if anything else has been pickpocketed off of people.
Yeah. Roll me a D percentage, high or low.
Let's go high. Yay! It's a low number.
No, I mean, you do see a few things, but they're just like knickknacks, kind of like what was taken off Grown Wolf. You see some candles, you see like a spoon, you see an old rusty knife.
A spoon, you say? Well. No, I can't think of anything to use with a spoon right now. Alright. Well, there's your candle, Grown Wolf, if you want it back.
Oh, thanks. I was waxing poetic about its loss.
Oops, you seem to have lost that candle again.
I knew you were going to do that. I actually love it if you would do that at me, if you would chuck it.
All right. The first thing you notice is that the door is barred from the outside, and it smells like you can smell just nasty, just like the most awful smell coming from underneath the door. You hear
Grown Wolf,
some
are you behind this
whimpering.
door?
You hear some shuffling about. Yeah.
Would have been nice if you hadn't tossed my candle now. We could have put it in our noses if we wanted to go in there, wouldn't it, Mr. Smarty?
Whimpering?
Whimpering.
Like animalistic or humanoid?
No, humanoid,
Oh.
humanish.
I'm
We
gonna
think there are people in there. Like,
Oh.
maybe the captives?
I'm gonna just go hello at the door.
In what language?
Common?
All right, it goes quiet from the other side, and then also in common, little guttural. Who are you?
Explorers. Who are you?
Oh, well, let us out! Let us out!
Who are you?
Do we need a general sense, or do you want my name? I don't understand what you're asking here.
Actually, you know what? NPC, ask him his name, and I pull out the ledger to see if it'll match anything in the ledger.
What's your name?
I'm Art. Artemis. People just call me Art.
Last name?
What the hell's that? That's my name. I'm Art.
Okay. I
Did
look
you-
through the recent stuff to see if there's an Artemis in there.
Are you a slaver?
Ex slaver that grew conscience and wanted out. I apparently didn't read the terms too well because you can't get out.
Is there an insight I can do, or wisdom, or
You can do me a wisdom check.
I pass?
I mean, you don't know. You think the person is speaking. I mean, you're never sure if they're lying or not, but it sounds legitimate.
Listen, if I let you out, you better not start anything, because there's three of us that'll be ready to beat the shit out of you. We've had a
Oh,
long
this.
day, we're very tired, and I have no patience right now.
And we're totally just trying to help. Remember that, please.
Well, there's plenty of shit in here too. They haven't left this wood latrine, and we filled it up days ago.
Oh,
Um,
Grunwolf, you'll fit in just fine. I open
Yeah,
the
these
door,
are my people. I
push
don't see a
Grunwolf
problem
in.
here.
Oh no, they said us.
so there are 6 orcs in here. They all have shackles on their legs. The shackles are bolted into the walls. They look skinny, emaciated, and they weren't kidding. There's just like one latrine in the middle of the floor that's
Did you
overflowing.
say you said they were orcs?
Orcs.
I look
NPCs.
at all of them and just grin really wide, and they're all men?
Nope. About half and half.
Oh, okay. I go, ladies, gentlemen, you guys want to get out of here?
You're not slavers, are you?
No, we just killed a bunch of slavers.
Oh, that's all for the better. Yeah. I'm Art. This is my crew. We used to transport slaves. Thought better of it, and
Okay.
now we're in here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So y'all look a little menacing, and we haven't eaten in a while. So yeah.
so we'll let you go. You guys tell us whatever information you can about the people that were camped out here, and I mean, we'll just go our separate ways. I want to go home. So let's just make this simple, guys. All right, I'm an easy woman to get along with, but I'm also very easy to get mad.
Well, I don't think we want that. Do you got keys? And he kind of rattles the chain that's on his
Do you know where the
ankle.
keys are?
Better than that. I have lockpicks.
Yeah,
No,
nice.
well, if you're handy with those.
He's the best.
I'm the best one in this room right now. He's gonna help you.
Like I said, the best.
So make me go ahead, yeah, make me a check. It's a pretty simple lock.
Watch me. Oh no! Wow. Yep. Easy.
Yeah, you get the first one easily enough, and they're all the same, so you're able to pick them
Can
all.
do it without looking. Ah.
See, the best.
Yeah. So here's where you want information, I guess. Yeah, I guess we were gonna die anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter too much if we tell you stuff. Yeah. So you're gonna let us go, right? You're gonna say our piece. We're gonna go our
Yeah,
separate ways.
where were we heading back? I mean, you can accompany us if you just need safe travel. You guys
No,
look pretty
that's
rough.
okay. It's okay.
All right, all right.
The laws work around this area. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah, we'll just let you go. I'm open to it. I mean, they locked you up in here. Clearly, you weren't with them. I mean, it looks like they didn't give you
Well,
better
we were with
accommodations.
them, and then we weren't with them, and there was a disagreement.
Well, was this like a you didn't want to be slavers anymore disagreement, or was this like a we want more profit kind of disagreement? Like what exactly did you get tossed in there for?
Well, first of all, it was a disagreement about some of the profits didn't seem right, and then, to be honest, none of us really knew what our cargo was at first, and then we kind of keyed in on that. Well, first we wanted just a bigger cut, but this is not such a good way to make a living around here.
Gotcha. So kind of like little column A, little column B is kind of what we're
Yeah,
getting at.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, orcs gotta make a living.
I get it. I mean, I've got a ghoul in a jar in my pocket. We all do strange things sometimes.
If you guys need a place to go, if you can get a boat, I know an island with an orc encampment that's running a pretty profitable uh thing right
Oh
now.
no, no, we got a clan. We can go back to our
Oh,
clan.
got it.
Nice. What's your clan name in case we ever come across them? We can tell them we helped you all out.
Uh, uh, he kind of looks at the rest of them. They just shrug. Sirith.
Sirith? Okay.
Yes, Sirith.
All right. This is some Sirith business that we're in here, boys. So thank you. And I write it down.
I see what you did there. You
Thank you.
guys put up with this. I mean, we would have killed him days ago.
I've tried.
Well,
You know, that
you know,
wax
we-
in the ears all the time might be, you know.
permanent waxing.
Do
Look,
we see that other door in the room, or is that not a thing?
oh no, it's there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just barred from the other side.
Oh, outside. Okay.
Yeah, look, we don't know a lot about the whole operation or anything. It's all run out of Highport. The Ungol clan. You can't miss it. Red building in the slum quarters. It's bright red. I mean, how conspicuous can you be? So
think we've
yeah,
been
Ungol
there.
clan kind of they take the prisoners off of ships there. They're the ones who parcel out where everything gets delivered. Yeah, they work for, well, we don't know who they work for, but there is one person that's overseeing the whole thing.
Know who that is?
No, of course not.
Hmm.
Now you say person. Is it an orc or like something else? Like what kind of person? What kind of humanoid?
I'm actually not really sure.
Hmm.
Like, you'll be killing your way up the chain there, then, NPC.
Am I what?
Killing your way up the chain to the
I s-
top.
I
Get rid of these people.
suppose. I mean, I just I don't like slavers. That's
Yeah.
what happened to me when I was a kid.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. I'm with you. They're pretty scummy. Sorry, y'all. I know you kind of did it and stuff, but yeah, they're pretty scummy.
hmm. But well, you guys are free. Um, yeah, we're gonna we're gonna go first, okay? And then you guys can leave after us. All right?
Yeah, hey, you guys kind of helped us out here. Look, I can tell you something that might be useful to you. He fishes around and he pulls like an amulet that's been covered up by his clothing, tears it off his neck, holds it out to you.
I take it.
All right, look, each of us delivery people, we work for a different boss, right? So my clan, parts of my clan work for this boss. You show this symbol, they'll assume you're part of the clan.
Hmm. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. You know what? I have something for you then. I know you're all very hungry. There's a room over there with some fish in a stream. There might be a harpy problem in this place, though, so you'll want to grab some wax for sure. You know what? Never mind. You might just want to get out of here, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
you first.
that reminds me actually, before we go, what's the thing singing in the mausoleum?
Oh, look, the captain that was running this place, he made some kind of deal with the monks, or what's ever left of the monks. We were to leave them alone. They'd leave us alone. They have. Look, they're pretty brutal. I think the captain tried to just take the place. At first, he lost a lot of people. Ended up making a deal. So what's in there? I don't know. I don't know.
How
But they're
many
pretty
monks? How many monks were left?
He kind of shrugs. I wasn't part of the force that went in there to clean it out. I couldn't tell you. I do know that both sides must have taken enough damage, enough death for that deal to be made.
Interesting. You think you'd like just get different real estate, but I mean, to each their own, really.
I mean, have you seen how many abandoned monasteries there are? There are not many. I mean, retail prices through the roof.
It's true. It's a
Yeah.
supply demand issue, really. I get it. It makes sense. Roommates are always tough too. It's always I get it. Dividing lines and all that makes sense. I have a problem with a roommate right now too. I'm just kind of meta there, but he doesn't know that. But
Somewhere back in your head, I heard that.
exactly.
I'm drinking all the milk.
All right. Well, Artemis and your clan, good luck to you. Safe travels, and we'll be off.
Yeah,
Fine.
they don't make a move until after you leave.
I'm
Nice.
gonna. I guess at this point, you guys just want to get to the cart and get out of here.
It seems reasonable. I mean, if we're ever like bored and curious, we can try an assault on an undead monk monastery encampment or something, but we don't need to do it now.
Yeah, I mean, it might be good for us to have like Thybor or something with us
Yeah.
when we do that.
Yeah.
Just for the extra meat tank.
Hmm.
All right.
Are you feeling just a little vulnerable tonight? Just a little.
a little bit, a little wee bit. All right. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna head back to the cart then.
We're not going to go and check out the plant room with all the stuff and the supplies and that
Oh,
that we didn't look at before.
Do you want to?
I mean, there were dead people in there, so who knows what kind of things they had on them.
that's fair. I'd be down for that.
All
I'd
right.
be, yeah, on
It's
the
on
way out.
Let's backtrack to the flamed plant,
What in this?
room 4,
Right.
because we lit it on fire and it
Mhm.
died or whatever, and then
Right.
those people
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah, and there was some stuff scattered around that you saw as you were going through.
Yeah, but we didn't really get a chance to look at it because
Yep.
we were going through.
Yeah, there's a scattering of coins down there. Like it had eaten people over time, digested everything that was organic, and just kind of crapped out the metal bits.
Yeah.
So there's a fair amount of just it's mostly silver and coppers, a few gold here and there. I'll just add it into your haul if you actually want to take the time to scoop it up.
I was more interested in the non-coin things, if there were other.
Oh, like on the bodies
Oh,
kind
because
of
the
thing.
bodies that we killed.
Right.
Oh, the orc bodies are still lying around
Mhm.
as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The slaves
It's mostly
had
just
taught them.
small weapons like small daggers, an axe here or there, some rusty chain. None of it looks particularly great. It's all
Quick
beaten
question.
up, well used.
Do any of the slavers have matching ambulance like the one that they gave NPC?
Smart.
If you want to start digging around for that, you do. Like they were all on like leather cords, which
Yeah.
got digested. So you do find
Sure.
these like large tokens about the size of the one that NPC was handed.
Cool. I'm gonna collect at least enough for the members of our party. Like if there are that many, like I'll
Yeah.
grab as much as I can.
So there's a lot that are similar. You basically find 2 different clans represented,
Okay.
which is different than the one that NPC has. So 3 different
Okay.
clan amulets, basically.
If nothing else, like even if we don't get to use these to disguise ourselves or ingratiate ourselves, it might let us know which clans are part of this if we need to alert authorities or something, right, everyone? So
I make sure
Bang.
when we get back to the cart that I give mine to Thybor because that was an orc clan and
Yep.
he's an orc. I mean, it makes sense if I brought my husband with me because it'd just be like, yeah, she's the one that wears pants. Makes sense that she has the amulet. But
I like it.
All right, so you load up the wagon.
Yeah.
You raise the portcullises up and basically
Thybor and I strap ourselves in the front and carry the wagon home
just.
because I don't think there's a horse.
No,
They
there were
ran away,
horses.
yeah.
Oh,
Some
there
of-
were.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Some of the horses weren't able to make it out, so and the cart isn't that overloaded, so you can pull it.
So,
Nice.
how many horses are there?
Just 2 left.
Oh, okay. I was gonna get a bunch for Odette.
Well, I mean, 2 more horses for her.
That's fair.
All right.
I'm gonna name them Mane and Tail.
So you pull your loot back to the free city of Greyhawk, where you give your report. So what is your report?
Mm,
Want to show the ledger and the talismans and all that? We just want to show them everything.
yeah, I'm gonna suggest to the group before we get there that we don't give them the amulets though. I'm gonna sketch them and say that these were the symbols that were on some of the bodies, so that way we can keep them without alerting them to the fact that we have them.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds
Alright.
good. Well, you guys are given a little downtime while the higher ups discuss what's going on, and eventually they come back where they need a group to go to High Point. Find out if that is where the slaves are being brought in to the continent and distributed out. We need to stop the distribution, or at least find out who's behind it.
Okay.
I mean, they know us there, presumably, because it's the same place they were talking about before, so
Right.
Yeah.
that's not great.
Weren't you the
Yeah.
guys that we hired to protect our caravan that ended up being killed by werewolves? Funny
Yeah,
how you guys
exactly.
made it out alive.
Let's be like, yeah, the guy turned traitor on us and we booked it.
Yep. That was months ago at this point, though.
Oh, fair. Okay. All right. So, I mean, do we want to do that? I'm down. It seems like the right thing to do. This is a nice area, and the fact that this is going on is kind of cruddy.
Does anybody have enough banked experience to level if you're giving training time?
Yes.
Yes. I think
Okay.
everybody does.
I think we do.
In
Yeah.
which case,
I-
let's call this a little early then, because I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to take a couple of weeks of downtime before they sent you
Okay.
off to High Point.
Okay.
We'll get back to you in a couple of weeks with our answer about whether or not we're going to do the job for you. Yeah.
Well, it takes them a couple of weeks to come back with the, hey, we need a group to go to High Point. I see you got some mad training done in those 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah. So we will go ahead and give your characters a couple of weeks downtime, which will be enough to get training in through the ways that you have described your training from last time.
sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, we'll end it a little early tonight. We're down players. I don't want to start this next part up without without at least one other player in. So let us go ahead and do our good nights then. Dion, you got anything you want to plug there?
I'm Substances Used on Twitch TV. You can find me playing some retro JRPG titles mostly, and also some Dead by Daylight and other games. You can catch me throughout the week on other friends' channels, like The Beautiful Burt here on Steam Steel Murder on Tuesdays and Fridays. And you can catch me on Featherfall this coming Monday, doing some Rime of the Frost Maiden with Friendin here. And you can also find me this coming Saturday on Fulsham Arts Channel doing a pulp sci-fi campaign called Spaceship Zero, also with Friendin here. So keep an eye out. It's going to be great, going to be fun, going to be magical. Yeah.
Fun. Friendin.
Hi, I'm Brendan. Bert, thanks for having us. It was a fun session, and I basically just draw tabletop stuff every day of the week, pretty much weekdays wise. I'm in all the stuff Dion mentioned. I'm also in another Featherfall campaign for another week. It's like a one shot basically next week on Monday. So some Featherfall stuff, some Steam Steel Murder stuff, and some me stuff. Thanks.
Nice. Richard.
Don't worry, that nagging, worried feeling that you have will go away eventually, because the world will be swallowed up by the expanding sun and all life on Earth will have been meaningless. But if you want to fill in the void between now and then, you can come and watch me play video games on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR. Or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels.
And while you await the heat death of the universe, you can continue to watch us here at twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder. We do this first edition game Tuesday nights. Friday nights we have a BX game, although right now we're running through Talisman Adventures, new role-playing game based on an old property. This Sunday, we've got some Shadowrun in the Powered by the Apocalypse system. And I think this Saturday, I'm playing over on the Kobold's channel some Tiny Cthulhu. I think that's what's going to come on then. So also there's a podcast, Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com, where there's 11 plus years of all kinds of fun role-playing going on. So that's all we got tonight, folks. A little early in the night, but good, strong game. You guys were heroes.
Yeah,
Of sorts, heroes.
totally. I didn't just get ghouls taking bites at me at all. That was fine.
Not in the least. Although I really wish you would have gotten the mausoleum.
We'll
One
come
last
back with
decrepit
Cybor.
ghoul.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was the patriarch of the church. He would have been fun.
Aw.
But
Aw.
all right, guys, have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Night, everyone.